We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest for this afternoon, Dr. Mohammed Roushdy, the economic and banking expert. Dr. Mohammed, a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Hello, good afternoon for you and our audience, and Happy New Year for all of you.
Likewise, Dr. Mohammed, a very Happy New Year to you too. And let me start by asking you about Egypt's recent activated membership to the BRICS. Only 6 nations have managed to formally join BRICS. Membership took effect at the beginning of the year. Despite the fact that more than 40 nations had shown interest in doing so. What does this tell you about Egypt's effective and significant role in the joining of the BRICS?
Actually, the BRICS group, I believe, a key platform for emerging markets and developing countries, as you know, and our audience has officially welcomed 5 new members: Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates and Ethiopia. Their membership took effect on Monday, and marking a significant expansion for the bloc originally founded by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It was a great expansion. And it was a positive message or signal that Egypt has turned back to play its vital and historical role in the Middle East and globally. And we are one of the largest countries that has its fingerprint and influence in the Middle East. And this is a positive signal that we have what they are calling it. We are a tiger economy. They are metaphorically saying a tiger economy because it's like a tiger when the tiger has a target, is running fastly to get its target. And this is aligned with our strategy to the COP27, the mega projects, and everything to bring FDI and to do a lot of initiatives, which something crucial and important. And this expansion comes after numerous for the BRICS memberships requests in recent years, reflecting the growing importance and the influence of BRICS group. The summit was on August, as far as I recall, 2023, formally invited the 5 new members to join, recognizing their economic potential and strategic positions within their respective regions. Also, President Putin, who take over the rotating chairmanship of BRICS in 2024, has emphasized that the group commitment to strengthening multilateralism for equitable global development and security. Also, this is a crucial thing. Also, we have a lot of goals in addition of this 5 new members, significantly increase groups economics and the political clout, representing a combined population of over, as far as I recall, 2.5 billion and a collective GDP over $16 trillion. It remains to be seen how its expand BRICS will shape global economic and the political dynamics in the years to come. And honestly, it was a positive and signal that Egypt on the right track concerning the economic reform. We are bearing the fruit of that by have a solid invitation from BRICS to join them starting last Monday.
Absolutely right. Doctor, let me ask you now, what are the main benefits, in your opinion, for the Egyptian economy as the BRICS countries aspire to create an alternative currency, for example, for global trade, potentially backed by gold instead of the US dollar, to lessen reliance on Forex and the US dollar for pricing essentials? How do you see this?
Actually, when you are saying the reflection of this on currency, it comes to top of my mind that ABC investments, you have to diversify your portfolio or you shouldn't put all the eggs in one basket. And if you have a diversified basket of currency, this will possibly impact all economies, and the Egyptian economy specifically, and it will help us to decrease the demand on dollars and euros, a lot of currencies, and we will have a diversified basket of currencies. And in addition to, in my humble opinion, it will open a new channels for multi-agreements between the group, the members of the BRICS, which will possibly impact the trade and will remove a lot of barriers, trade barriers, like customs, tax, a lot of things, and will let them integrate. And as you know, and our audience, that every country from the BRICS, it has a competitive edge. Accordingly, when all their economies are integrated together, they will be a solid and strong economic commitment and alliance.
Absolutely. Doctor, now Egypt has, a considerable volume of trade already with BRICS members, for example, China, Russia, as well as India. With the developing economy, do you think Egypt could expand its exports to these countries and capitalize on different trade agreements with them?
Actually, your question is quite perfect. You have nerve, as we are saying it. One of the most important things that Egypt has, one of the most ambitious plans to increase its actually exports to reach $100 billion. This is the presidential leadership initiative. Accordingly, when we will have this agreement and we join the BRICS, our trade balance will enhance and we will increase our exports to the members of BRICS, one of them which is China, and the barriers will be decreased as we are integrating together. Accordingly, it will possibly impact the initiative of $100 billion exports. So this is a crucial and important alliance that Egypt joined it.
Right. Now, Egypt, Russia, and India have previously discussed trading wheat and rice along with other strategic commodities, for example, in Egyptian pounds or rupees or rubles. How do you see such an agreement? Do you think by joining the BRICS, such talks could come to fruition and be implemented on the ground as an alternative to foreign currency?
Actually, I believe it will make a difference. When we are talking about strategic commodities like wheat and oil, as you know, and our audience, it comes to top of our mind the Ukrainian and Russian war that negatively lead to a global inflation wave, as you know, and our audience, and negatively reflected on a lot of countries. Accordingly, when we are doing such agreement or trade alliances with the members of the BRICS, this possibly will make a huge difference, especially the Ukrainian and Russia. They are contributing like 30% from the wheat supply chain for the entire world. And as far as I recall, it was like 80% to Egypt. After that, when we do this agreement, actually, India will give us a lot of wheat and will possibly impact us. Accordingly, we will not count anymore on dollar to get the essential products or commodities, but we'll depend on a lot of currencies, and we will have what they are calling it currency basket with diversified currency, and this is little bit will mitigate the risk to depend on one currency, which like the US dollar.
Right. Finally, Dr. Mohammed, as part of larger plans to double the volume of its output by 2030, Egypt occasionally signs bilateral agreements and trade partnerships with a number of nations and joins several different economic partnerships and blocs. Let me ask you, what's the importance of diversifying, partnerships, stepping up cooperation with different nations as a mechanism of achieving this goal?
As you know, and our audience, we have ambitious plan.
Yes.
And we have our vision 2030 for sustainability and to have a financial sustainability. In addition to, we have a lot of initiatives. Those things are serving us to achieve our goals, to have a diversified economy. And as you know, and our audience, each country has a competitive edge and is specialized on things like, for example, if we are calling, just to summarize to our audience and simplify, the GDP structure consists of the industrial part, agriculture part, and service part. Accordingly, each country has the edge on a product. If we are integrating together and removing the trade barriers, we will see, like, for example, a car which have Egyptian components, for example, and the manufacturing of it will be in India. And at the same time, other car, you will find one of them has a lot of Indian or Russian components.
Yes.
And the factory will be in Egypt, actually. And this will possibly reflect on the GDP growth and create a lot of job opportunities and will decrease the unemployment rate and will make us have a huge, booming GDP growth.
Right. Okay, on that note, Dr. Mohammed, we'll have to leave it there. Dr. Mohammed Roushdy, our economic and banking expert, thank you very much, sir, for your time and your insight and for joining us on this afternoon's edition of Cairo Local Time. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and we'll be back to continue our episode. Do stay tuned.